Hi guys, my name is Nick. So nowadays, communication is the act of exchanging the information. It can be used to inform, comment, instruct, assess, influence, and persuade other people. So communication skills are important in all aspects of life, including business. So good supervisor develop the effects communication skills. They use their skills to absorb the information, motivate the employee, and deal effectively with customers and coworkers. So good communication can significantly affect the supervisory success. So do you guys think as a supervisor must at least know more than one language? So today I'm going to interview with 5 different respondents in this video. So let's go. At first, can you introduce yourself?
So my name is Jason Sung. I'm from BBA, year 2 semester 1.
Okay, so today, as a supervisory, should you think you need to know more than one language?
Yep, I think learn more than one language is very important for the supervisor, especially in Malaysia, because Malaysia is a multicultural language, multicultural national. So I think a supervisor have to at least know more than one language.
Okay, so how many languages do you know?
Normally, as a Malaysian, I think 3 language is the most common one, which is Malay, Chinese, and English.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Wong Sing Pei, and I'm from BBA year 2 semester 1.
Okay, first, as a supervisor, as you must know more than one language, give your opinion.
I agree with your opinion that a supervisor should know at least one language, because in Malaysia we have 3 languages, right? Chinese, English, and Malay. So it's easier to communicate with other people, and also to prevent communication barrier as well.
Can you introduce yourself?
Introduce myself. Okay, my name is Simon Lau Peng Hu. Normally, everyone just call me Simon. And then I'm study from the School of Business Management, which is the BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration.
As a supervisor,
Okay.
as you know more than one language, give your opinion.
Sure. Normally, the supervisor should learn more than one language, just because the job of supervisor is to supervise the people, right? Then under the supervisor, there are some varieties of supervisor, maybe varieties of workers that have to supervise something like Malay or Iban or Chinese, something like that. Then the supervisor, of course, they have to learn more than one language instead of one language like Malay. Sometimes if you're using the Malay to communicate with the Chinese people, maybe sometimes they will get misunderstanding, misleading. Just draw the conclusion is the supervisor have to learn more than one language at least.
Yes, as a supervisor, I think it is a must for us to learn more than one language because we can communicate with more people with which is the language that fit them. So, on the other hand, we can make a good deal with each other. That's it. Example, if you like we Chinese, we have lots of the like Fuchao, Hokkien, and more and more. And then if we know how to speak Fuchao with the people who always speak Fuchao already habit as speaking Fuchao, later we can more easily fit with them and then talk sincerely in order to make a good bridge of communication.
Can you guys introduction yourself?
My name is Ling Xiaoyun,
My name is Wong Kung Hui.
and I study at business in marketing.
I also in business school, but I'm not marketing, I'm business administration.
So hard. So, what is your question?
So as a supervisor, you guys think, do you need more than one language for communication? Give your opinion.
Yes, because for more careers prospects available to you because of multilingualism. When you can speak multiple language, then your value as an employee increase exponentially with each new language that you learn. In Malaysia, over 50% of the families who are looking for a only want to hire someone who is fluent in a language other than them all.
So I don't think so because you might struggle to get along in monolingual society. When you can speak multiple languages fluently, then monolingual society will often group your ability into the overall conversation of immigration. Some people see the effort to speak multiple language as a desire to create open borders in their country, so they oppose any effort to speak anything other than the first language. You can see this disadvantage heavily prevalent in the United States when there is an effort to speak Spanish in addition to English. In several situations, being multilingual could cause some people to become isolated from their communities because they are viewed as being elitist. So
it is also a greater opportunity for early diversity, as the average child they'll care more about in life, and it won't be cultural issue, political debate, or the sector of immigration of region. Kids want to spend their time playing video games, making friends, being challenged at school, and having fun whenever they can. Having access to a multilingualism education provided an opportunity to celebrate the diversity found in human culture. And the multilingualism is a chance to learn from different instances of being scared from them. When we take a time to learn about different culture and ethnicity, then the diversity this education provided offer adds strength and self-confidence to the individually.
but I don't agree your point because they
You
might-
selalu
You selalu because there might be a lack of skilled educators in your communities. So thanks to the online resources that are available today, they can help anyone become multilingual. The advantage is slowly disappearing. If you do not have internet access at home or your connection is slow, then you might find yourself forced to rely on local instructors who can help you to begin learning a new language. In many of today's small towns, this is a resource that is not available. If no one in your family is bilingual or multilingual either, then you might not have any other option available to you start the learning process. Many instructors are already struggling to meet the regular demands for educational performance already, so trying to add another language into the curriculum is almost too much for us.
Supervisor have learned more than one language because, as I said, for the multilingualism, they can improve a person's working memory. Multilingualism education want to improve the working memory of the individually learning multiple secondary language. This improvement provided for better information processing capability where there is exposure to new action stimuli, ideas, concepts, and real-life experience at the same time. Individually who pursue a multilingualism educational opportunity experience lower level of fear and anxiety while being less likely to experience mental health older, and the people who can speak multiple languages also can tend to have more friends when compared to single language student like she. Despite the isolated quality that some students can experience in their community, when you can communicate with more people friendly, then there is a corresponding rise in the number of conversations that can eventually lead to a friendship forming.
So you selalu disagree you. So because it requires a complete immersion in the language to be effective, children often learn multiple language quickly because they have not yet had the opportunity to establish a definition like normal for their primary language. As people get older, their routine and language habits make it challenging to obtain a complete immersion in the second language. Resources like Linkoha can help you to become conversationally fluent without a cost if you have a data connection, but even then, self-discipline is necessary to continue using the secondary language fluently.
And the last, learning one new language makes it easily to learn more. One of a second language has been learned, and a student can officially call themselves bilingual. It becomes much easier for that person to learn a third language and then a fourth, and so on. Each additional language that an individual can pick up will make it that much easier to start speaking another language quickly. Then people who can speak more than one language are up to 10% more productivity than someone who is monolingual. Multi-region are also promoted supertasking, which is a form of multitasking that allows people to switch from task to task without delay. Only 2% of the population has this capability. With this ability required when you are 3 years or beyond, you can become a terminus access for a future employees or in the growth of your own business opportunity.
I have no idea to debate you this point,
So you lose last one. That's all.
As a conclusion, after the interview with them, I received that most of them choose that as a supervisor, they will be choose more than one language. So I agree for that. At first, Malaysia is a multicultural society, of which the population is made by different types of ethnic groups, includes Malay, Chinese, Indian, and Native. For example, in fact, different ethnic groups have their own culture, history, belief system, value, and language. So that in Sarawak we have Malayu, Iban, Chinese, Melanau, Kadazan, and others. So that there is the unity among different ethnics is important in Malaysia. So we can see it in a multicultural traditional country such as Malaysia. So as a supervisor, we need to at least know more than one language that can solve some communication barriers in the workplace. So as a supervisor, we need to know more about one language. That's because supervisors are responsible for providing the employee with a constructive feedback about the performance and workplace behavior. So communication skills are very important to supervisor because the way supervisors interact with the employee affects how well the employee receives the supervisor feedback. as a successful supervisor with the capability to communicate work directive and employee feedback clearly, succinctly, and in a manner that motivates employee instead of alienating them is a more effective leader. Then also more than one language is very important to supervisor. That's because communication with colleague is the part of the supervisor's daily routine, right? So building the interdepartmental relationship occurs through verbal and written communication skill. So if you just only know one language, how do you write and communicate with other colleagues? So supervisor exchange the information, idea, and recommendation with colleagues in create the interdepartmental alliance. This in turn arranges the goals and objectives of each department and of the overall business. Also that as you a supervisor know more about one language, you are accountable for certain performance standards, including the ability to communicate well with employee, colleagues, and managers. So promotions are often more available to the supervisor who have the good verbal and written communications skill and the ability to develop the positive relationships with others in the workplace. This all concludes for me. So that as supervisors, I promote that you must be no more one language in the workplace.